Sandra, thank you so much for joining us on Entrepreneur Monday. I'm so happy to have you.
Thank you, James, so much for inviting me. I'm so happy to be here today.
Not a problem. We've been going back and forth for a while, and I wanted to have you come on because I had the opportunity of being referred to you by an agent friend of mine for your charcuterie boards. If I'm saying that correctly, if I'm not, please
You
correct
got
me. Okay, great, great.
Charcuterie.
Okay, cool. Security boards. And you are the owner of Bella Vita Boards, which I have personally tried and I absolutely love them. And not only that, you took the time to make sure, because of my request of not eating any pork or ham, that you made some kosher additions to it. And it was spot on, perfect. And I want you to introduce yourself, tell the people who you are, how you got started. And by the time we get done with this and people see it, I want to bring you as much business as possible.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you so much, James. So my name is Sandra, Sandra Ruiz. I've been in the business now for 3 years. I started back in 2020. I don't know, back in 2020, a lot of things were happening. And being that so much was happening with COVID, and,
Right.
it brought a lot of people to really stopping what they were doing and really going into what they really loved.
Correct.
And for me, the love, it's not only the love of food, it's not only my like cheese boards, it's really love the fact that family and what those charcuterie boards do, that's mainly what fills my heart. And it really makes me happy when people are happy. And yeah,
I
so
love it.
in a nutshell.
Now, you started, like a lot of people, you started the business back when COVID was active in 2020, you said.
2020. I remember it was summer of 2020,
Okay.
and the way I started was it was very peculiar. We had a friend. I had a friend of mine who wanted. Well, I've been making boards for a long time, right?
Okay.
Family events. I
Right.
love cheese, putting it all together. But the real reason why it all started was, a friend of mine reached out. She was actually going to be attending a celebration of life.
Okay.
She is an amazing friend of mine. She said, please, can you make something for me? I'm going to pay you. And I said, no, you don't have to pay me. She's like, no, I'm going to pay you. And and that's kind of when it dinged. I'm like, oh wait, you can
I can
make.
pay. I can get paid for this. I can make money for
Oh,
what I love to do.
I love
Right.
what I do, and I really do. I really love what I do. When I'm making those boards, those early mornings. I mean, this is like 5 a.m., sometimes even earlier. I'm up
Wow.
early. I have my coffee, everything's happening. Music's on, whether it's in my ear, the earphones, whatever's happening, right?
Right.
Because I have kids, so I have to keep it down.
Right.
Um, it's really love. I love it. I love waking up. I love taking out all my ingredients, revising my orders, probably do that the night before, but it's really something I really enjoy doing. And building those relationships, I think it's something that I also really enjoy doing. Being part of people's lives without physically having to be there,
Right.
but knowing that, hey, that board really brought a smile to that person's face. So back to the fact that she ordered that board,
Okay.
and she said it was for a celebration of life for one of her friends, right?
Right.
So that meant a lot. She said, please make me a board. You can do whatever you want with it. I felt special. I said, you know what? She trusts me enough to take this. It was a kind of like a potluck style. So they were taking it to the celebration of life.
Okay.
And she reached out and I made it. And I swear from that point on, it's been on. Um,
Wonderful.
yeah. So it's been a beautiful journey. Yeah.
One thing I always say is I look at it because I'm a fat boy. I love to eat. And when I say I love to eat, I love to eat. And I equate food to music because music
Yeah.
can bring out so many emotions in you, right? It can make you laugh, cry, dance, angry, happy. But when a person takes the time to select food and that person eats that food, it just brings a joy to their body. It
It's
brings a
hot.
joy to them. Yeah. And not only that, one thing sometimes a lot of things happen whereas you can see a presentation is not the best. The board I got from you, the presentation was beautiful, and I didn't even want to eat it at first because it looked so good. I just wanted to sit there and take pictures and post it on Instagram, but the food was so good. And the key point I want to point out to people who are watching and who want to use your services as you use high quality products. It wasn't anything cheap, it wasn't anything mediocre, it was high quality products, and that meant a lot. and it brought out the flavor and the taste. And the other part is that when you have somebody handling your food, you have to trust them a lot. And the fact that people trust you, like your friend and other people, says a lot about you and your customer service and your passion for doing this.
Exactly. And I pride myself on that. If
Yes.
I know something isn't at my, like what I want to put on my boards, I will go to the next store and the next one until I find it.
Right.
And I'm serious. We go shopping. My husband will sometimes go, like when we have big weekends.
Right.
Like, they look fine. They're just grapes. I said, no, they're not. Look it. And I pull them out and he'll see them. He's like, oh, okay.
Right.
That's the type of things, little things like that where if you're not doing it, you don't know. But to me, it's whatever I put on that board and people are paying money, that's my name.
Right.
And at the end of the day, that's my brand. And I want to make sure that whatever's being put out there is going to be a representation of me.
Okay. Well, that's good. Now, let me ask you, as far as the boards, I know when I ordered, you have different sizes. Not only that, what occasions, because it's not just for a homecoming or a holiday or Valentine's Day, what other occasions can people order these boards from you?
You know what? Weddings. We've had weddings.
Okay.
We have these beautiful, elaborate, exquisite tables, and that is a showstopper.
Okay.
We have clients who've ordered them, and that's the talk of the party, and that fills my heart. I'm like, wait, what? It was awesome. I know it's beautiful, but when I have guests saying, I went to so-and-so's wedding, so-and-so's graduation, and I want that at my graduation, that's my biggest,
compliment.
Yes, my biggest compliment. Mm-hmm.
And that's good to see. So you go to the wedding and you're more popular than the DJ because of your food and what you present. And give us an understanding, because some people may not know about the charcuterie boards. They may think it's high end. They may think that you have to have a certain type of money or income to get them. And I didn't know prices until I came to you and your site. It was very reasonable. And like I said, it was packed from the front to the back, the bottom to the top. I mean, I saved it for 2 days because it was just me. But at the end of the day, it was absolutely wonderful. So elaborate a little bit on that myth that people think that only the rich and famous or high end people can get it, where everybody can experience something that you have.
You know what? I think, and I like that. Thank you for bringing that up. It literally can be for any event. Right. I mean, I personally love a personal box because I sit down by the chimney, whether I'm with my kids running around, and I make my own plates. I love
Really? Okay.
Charcuterie. And I will sit there, watch a movie, and we're eating it, whether it's a football game right. or whatever we're doing. That board is happening on the weekends.
Right.
So if it's your date night, if it's a birthday celebration, a gift for someone, a baby shower, any event is really the right event for it. There's no it can be an appetizer, it can be a main meal.
Right.
We can elaborate as to what's on the table. I mean, it really is whatever you want to make it. You just have to tell me what you envision, and I'll make it happen.
Okay. Well, that's good to know. You can expand that. And don't forget to add in there, if you have an office event, you can have something for your office as well. Instead of bringing donuts, you could bring the charcuterie board. And
yes. I've had people do that for potlucks. They'll bring their board. And again, that's the talk of the town, which I love. Makes me proud.
Absolutely. Now, where would you like to go with your business? I know that you work and you also do this as well. So you're family, wife, businesswoman. You are like an octopus, spread thin sometimes. But would you like to at some point quit your job and go full time with this? Do you like where you are with it? How do you want to do that? Expand on that a little bit.
Right. So there's a lot of ideas out there. I'm still kind of figuring out what it is I truly want to do. I know I love it and I don't want to ever let it go.
Right.
I have a finance degree, plus I'm in finance. So that's full on.
Okay.
It's so stressful as it is.
Right.
And that's my outlet. The charcuterie tables, the events, the weekends, that's my outlet. And I wake up super early, get them done. By noon, I'm free, so I have a balance. I want to, but I think, overall, my goal is to grow the business. I've talked to my daughter, she's 7, and I told her, look, when you're in college, this is going to put you through college.
That's right.
This is what you're going to do. This is going to be your part-time job. You're going to help mom, and I'm going to pay you. But this is going to be your business one day if you want this to be.
Right.
Yeah.
And so how does she feel about that?
She loves it.
Okay,
She's
good.
Very detail oriented. She loves putting things together. She's kind of like me in many ways.
Okay.
She will make her own boards, and they're very beautiful. She helps me sometimes, making, not, I mean, washing things and
Right.
things
Just
like that.
participating in the process.
And she's very detail oriented. So whenever I have her do something, she wants to make sure it looks the best.
Okay.
So I think overall, we're putting some ideas together as to what we're gonna do and how we're gonna right, because I work full time. So how are we gonna make it where it still makes sense and I keep my business growing? Because that's my baby,
Right.
and I want to make sure, I'm a mom. I am I work full time. I'm a wife. But again, my outlet is the board. So I
So we have
love
to
it.
keep the boards going.
Oh yeah, we're gonna, I'm working on some stuff.
Okay.
Want to continue, I'm brainstorming as to what's the next step still.
Right.
Things going. Hmm.
Well, good. Plus, I mean, I plan on using you a lot this year, so I can't at least make this decision if you're going to do something different after this year, because I still need you. So I can't. So I.
Oh no, I'm staying.
Okay. Okay. Good. 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 I
Yeah,
need
I
to
want
make.
to look. My goal is to be involved in more events.
Okay.
I want to be able to be part of corporate events, more of
Right.
them. I want to be able to do more weddings. I mean, when I see a grazing table, it's like art to me.
Okay.
And when I see my boards, my tables, I'm like, oh my God, this is so beautiful. And
Let's
if I can do more of that,
call you the Picasso of food, because you just
yeah.
mastery of painting. I love it. Let's
Yeah.
do that. Now, Valentine's Day is coming up. Do you get busy towards Valentine's Day? And if so, how soon should someone like myself or other people be ordering from you to get on the list?
Yesterday, I'm kidding.
Yesterday.
No,
No, right. I get it.
and those holidays, those big holidays, right? Halloween, Christmas, Easter. I mean, it is big.
Thanksgiving.
And
Right.
I have to sometimes, I have to close it off because as much as I can get help, it's almost impossible since I'm the one, putting it together and the eye to it really. And so that's where that's my work in progress, feeling out who I'm going to hire essentially to expand the business. That's part
Right.
of my to-dos and what that means. Whether it's making, because the boards are going to be different because they're seasonal, right? So depending on
Okay.
the fruit, depending on, there's a lot of cheese that will be different, it just depends
It's
on
seasonal.
it is. And
Right.
so sometimes because of that, the boards are not going to look the exact same. They won't. Not one board's going to be the same.
Right.
Off the bat. So with that, I have to figure out what I have to do to make that more so someone else can kind of mimic it if that's the case, if I want to expand. So
Okay.
there's a lot of stuff happening. Bear with me.
But get your order in yesterday if you want
Order in.
something by Valentine's Day,
Yeah, I would say
because it's right around the corner.
and talk to me. I'm always available to chat.
Okay.
If you send in an order, I'll confirm within, hopefully within the 24 hours. Yeah, as soon as you can, that's the best
That's where
recommendation.
you go. Now I'm looking on your Instagram account, which is absolutely beautiful. I mean, if you've never had a charcuterie board, you go to the Instagram, which is Bella Vita Boards, and you can see a variety of different boards that you've made for different people. And one of the things I want to know is someone who's not local, let's say they're not in the Inland Empire,
Mhm.
how do you ship that to them? Do they have to pick it up? How does that process work?
You know what? We've had Orange County. They drive.
Okay.
We've
They
had.
drive to you.
They do. Oh yeah.
Okay. Okay.
I
Good.
have
Good.
a lot of clients from Orange County driving out
Okay.
from Anaheim. I've had clients from Newport, and I'm
Nice.
like, wait, you drove like an hour? They're like, it's not the same with other people.
Right.
But
No, that's good.
I pride myself, and I tell my husband, she drove from, it's like, I love it. So yeah, no, if most of the time, it is pickup,
Okay.
I try to do that sometimes for bigger events, and I drive out to Los Angeles. I love, that's fine. I love to talk to people, network. Smaller boards, I typically have pickups.
Okay. Okay, good. Good. Well, I'm happy to hear that. Now, let's talk about the ingredients a little bit. I know everybody's board is different, but what can someone expect when they order a board from you?
You know what? Variety.
Okay.
A lot of variety. And I think that's how I've made myself different from other people. I love a variety. I love the fact that my boards have a special sauce in it.
Okay.
Secret sauce, a delicious sauce
Yes,
that
it is.
I feel like it's really been like extremely popular, and they love it. I mean, I've had clients reach out and say, "Can I order this?" And half the time I'm putting in extra if I need to.
Right.
So you'll expect a variety. So if you're a picky eater, don't worry. There's something for you. I've had people that don't like cheese and love my boards. I'm like, wait, what? You
Really?
don't like cheese? Oh no, yeah. They're
Oh,
like, oh, we
wow.
like crackers, we love the fruit variety, we like the spreads. I just don't eat cheese. And I'm like, I'm the nuts. I mean, there's so much.
Right. There is a variety, that's for sure.
I've had people that don't eat meat. That's okay. There's a veg. I can
I can accommodate you, right?
I can accommodate. No, and there's a lot of people that don't eat meat. I have a client who's all vegetarian. So there's a hummus if she wants a hummus. I ask her, like, what is
Okay.
it that you want? And I'll make it happen. So it really, I think the variety, that's what set me apart. The consistency behind the product that I use, it's
Right.
always prime, it's always fresh. I want to say customer service too. I'm readily available. I love to talk to my clients. I think primarily the vibe you give off is the vibe you receive back, right? So
Absolutely.
I love people, and I feel like people like me too.
They do. I mean, I can say that because I know when I got my board, when I opened it, it was a handwritten note. There was another card. And I just said, good Lord, she went over and beyond for this board, which is already a good board. But to see something like that lets me know, one, you don't take your customers for granted. And two, you just
No.
want them to feel very special. And I really felt that way first time buying one. And when someone refers, even though they speak up on the person that they refer you to, you never know what the experience is going to be like. However, what I can say is that it was a wonderful experience from the time that I messaged you, you replying, me picking it up, and me eating it. I think I even posted. I hope I still have the picture of it because I'll repost it if I don't. But it was just a great experience overall from A to Z. It was definitely a 10 out of a 10.
Thank you, James. That makes me really happy.
No,
And
definitely.
every time that's my goal. And I
Okay.
always have clients give me feedback. I'm open to it. I want to make sure I want to make it a great experience every single time.
That's good to hear. Now, let me ask you, in the ordering process, is it just DMing you on Instagram? Is there a website? How does that process go for someone who wants to order the boards?
Right. So currently I have a link on my website. So on my actual page. So if you go on there, you can
I see the
actually,
link tree.
right. So that link, if you go, you can actually click and put your order in.
Oh, nice. Okay, I see that. Okay.
And I check that almost every day. So I'm able to see the incoming orders, and I reply. I'll text you right away and I'll tell you, hey, you ordered this board. Let me verify the information and we're
Right.
good to go.
Okay. Yeah, so it's a very simple process.
Right. It is. I think it is. I am working on the website. I actually already have the www.bellavitaboards. It's mine.
Okay. You have the domain name.
I do. Yeah. It's all
Okay, good.
to go. So it's just now making it live. And
Okay.
there's some things I want to edit and figure out still.
Right.
But it works. Yep. So
Yeah, in the
soon
meantime-
you'll be able to order online for those that don't have social media, because that's keeping me away from it. So I know
Correct.
that's work in progress.
All right. But in the meantime, in between time, if you don't have social media, somebody has social media, don't use that as an excuse.
Yeah.
Hop on theirs and then just make that happen.
DM me. I am still open. I love to talk. So if you need a board and you have questions, talk to me. I'm more than answer.
Now, I know when I ordered mine, it was a little bit less than 24 hours, but I know I'm a little bit closer to you than that maybe the average person. What is the general turnaround time that someone can expect from the time of ordering, confirming what they want, you confirming receipt and payment, to them picking the board up?
Honestly, if it's not a crazy weekend,
Okay.
a day before I've done it, I have no problem. The day of does get a little bit,
Tricky depending on the time.
It does, because I'm up at 5 and I don't have my device. I rarely ever have my phone by me.
Okay.
And then if I check it, it's because either I've already sent the orders out or I'm done.
Right.
So, I don't have my phone with me. So the day before, I may be able to fulfill it. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I would say at least 24 hours.
I would say at least 24 hours.
Okay. To be fair.
No, we should. Yeah, exactly.
Right.
We should be good. Yeah.
Okay, good. Now let me ask you, when you first started, also some of the most critical people sometimes when we start a business is our family. What did your family say? I'm just curious. What was their feedback when you first did it?
You know what? I'll be completely honest.
Please do.
I am Mexican, full Mexican.
Okay.
So cheese is not the typical, cheese like your, manchego. It's not. It's different. And bringing it home to my family, my extended family, and having them try it for the first time, it was funny. This was like 2019, and I remember I
Okay.
bored. I had my aunts like, "What is this, Brie? What is this?
Right.
O qué es esto? You don't know what you're eating." I'm like, and I had them all sit down, and I went literally cheese, by meat, everything.
Okay.
And I explained it, and I explained it. Hey, this tastes better with this.
Right.
Like this jam with this. You can eat it however you want, but I try this and this, and I love it. I swear, James, if I show up to a family gathering
Uh-huh.
without a board,
Right. They
there's
gonna
I
jump you in the
oh,
parking lot.
I already no, they're looking at me like you're missing something. What's going?
Right. You need to go back home
I made a mistake.
and bring
I
something.
did.
Right.
And so now when I show up, I know I have my, even if it's a small one, I'm bringing something.
Okay, good.
I can't cook anything else. I love to cook, by the way.
Right.
Love to cook. Aside from my board business, I'm a cook. And if I show up with anything, they're like, "Oh, that was nice," But where's the board?
But where's the board? Right. We want the main dish. We didn't
Yeah,
come for this. We
that
came
was
for the
nice.
board.
But
Right.
I'm like, whatever. So
What-
now, I know, and I show up at the board. And my aunt's birthdays, they don't want a birthday gift. They don't.
They want the
Bring-
boards. Okay.
All right.
That'll be sufficient. The good part is that you were able to, and I think that that's part of evolution. You were able to change the thought in the culture, because the culture was, we don't eat this cheese, we don't do this. However, you took the time, instead of being frustrated, you said, let me communicate this to you, and you walked them through the process, and now they love it. And I love to see that. That's very special.
It was, I love it. Now, actually, my aunts go out to Trader Joe's. They'll send me pictures. No, I'm making their own boards, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm so happy.
Oh, really? Oh, good.
Yeah, they love it. They love it. And they love, like, the brie was like, what is that? Like,
Right.
and there's different bries. And I told them, look, this is a brie. This is a more rindy brie. I like the double cream, triple cream because it's less rindy. So they got that, and now they go and they check the bowl. They're like, oh, this is good. I'm like, yeah.
Okay, good.
It is.
Yeah.
I love it. It was a way for me to connect with my own family even more. So, and it's
Wonderful.
That's what it's all about.
Well, good. I love your story. I am so excited. And let me just say, because of your time, like I said before, being a full-time mom, being a wife, working full-time and doing these boards, I'm just grateful that you gave me the time to come on and give me the opportunity to interview you. So I'm going to really be pushing towards as many people and businesses and companies that we can reach to come out and support you and buy boards from you and really feel the love and admiration and excitement that I felt after I ate it, and that I'm even feeling through this interview with you, because you have great energy to support you.
Appreciate you, James. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity, this platform to be able to reach other people and hopefully bring a little bit of Bella Vita to them too.
Absolutely. We're definitely going to get you some business. I'm going to pray on it as well, because everybody that we touch, that was one of the reasons why I even started Entrepreneur Mondays, because I really wanted to bring people awareness and try to give them more business and just really help them, because that's something that people don't do and I want to do. So that's just part of the process.
I appreciate that. You're right. Giving that time to us and giving us this platform, and giving us this amazing energy that you bring through also. So thank you so much.
No, thank you. So I'm going to be putting my order later on this week or next week for the 14th. So I got you. And absolutely. And I'll make sure we blow that up. And then one day we have to get together soon when you have time and maybe do a tasting, right? And go through and show people and maybe do a live. We can do a live on TikTok and Instagram. I have 2 phones, 2 different platforms, maybe even YouTube, whatever. But let's figure something out so people who don't know, they will get acquainted with it and bring you even more. There you go.
Sorry.
Okay. There you back. No problem. But I was saying we should do that. Let's plan that within the next few weeks or so. I think that'd be awesome.
I'm excited. And you know what? Let me see. I'm going to have you say charcuterie.
Charcuterie.
You got it.
Is that okay? Good. I know I can butcher some words, so sorry about that. But thank you.
I love it. So you got it. Let me know and let's do this. I would love to walk you through the different cheeses, the different meats. Taste some stuff, maybe add a little wine or,
I'm with it. Let's do it.
Breads, some combinations, and have you choose what's your favorite one.
Okay, I'm excited. This is going to be good. So thank you again. I'll let you get back to the children and being a wonderful mom and wife. And thank you for the interview.
Thank you, James. You have a great night. Take care.
Thank you as well. Okay, now.